Hi there, this is Jason from GTech at the Gordon, and I'm going to do a run through of how to add a new topic block with new content, new things for the learners to do and access in your Moodle course page. Now, I'm looking at our community projects page here, which doesn't have a lot up in it yet. It's a bit of an ongoing project. But what we have is a video that we've made on how to use a portable circular saw. We have developed a worksheet to go with that can be filled in by learners, and we've also prepared an icon, a very small picture icon that we can use in our unit block. But what I'm going to start by doing is just I'm going to run through this process step by step. I've shown how to do these things in individual videos, other tutorials, but I'm going to bring it all together here in a simple way for this particular unit block. So what we want to do is add a unit block here on how to use the portable circular saw. We want to create a link to the video content, and we want to create a downloadable file that the learners can then fill out while they watch the video, and then we want to create an assignment option so that they can upload that worksheet once it's completed, and we can access it here in Moodle. So they're the stages we're going to work through. So the first thing we need to do is turn our editing on up in the top right hand corner, and the first thing we really just need to do to keep things simple is just to create a name for this unit block. So I'm going to click on the spanner here for number 3, and normally it comes up with this ticked for a default section name. I'm going to click off that, and this particular section is I'm going to call Tool Skills Using the Portable Circular Saw. For now I'm not going to put anything in here, okay, because I can come back and do that later. For now what I want is this section named and the resources uploaded first, then I can come back and decorate this section here if I need to or if I want to. So I'm just going to click on Save Changes there, and it'll return us to our course page in edit mode, and you'll see now we have a heading there for topic 3, Tool Skills Using the Portable Circular Saw. So that's been named, and now we can go ahead and start putting up some resources and files in that section. Okay, so we've got our unit name, our block identified here. The next thing I want to do is add my content or my input, and in this case it's going to be the video that we've either sourced or prepared. I want the learners to be able to access that video. Now there are a couple of different ways that could be done. I could embed the video actually in this box, but then it would create these small boxes and then a big box with a video in it. And I don't really want that. I want a nice clean interface on the front page. So one option is to just link to it as a URL in YouTube, and the other option is to actually create a book module and embed the video in the book module. But I'm going to go with the simple option for now, and that is just a URL link to that video. So what I need to do is go down here to this Add a Resource option, and I need to go right to the bottom and click on URL. And what that means is I'm going to add a URL, a link. Now what I'll do is I'll start by actually putting in the URL, and in this case it's just going to be this URL here, which I copy, and I'm going to embed that there. Now this part up the top is important, the name. You could just write video, or you could write the name of the video, but I tend to actually try and make it a bit descriptive so that learners can see what they're supposed to do with that link. So I'm going to write access and watch portable circular saw demonstration, and here in description for now I'm just going to write video file. That's not going to appear on the page, but this one will, the name will. We've got our link, we've got our name or instruction in terms of what we want them to do with that link. And the other thing I want to do is go to options here and choose in pop-up, so that the video will pop up in a pop-up screen and they won't lose the page that they're already on. Then I just go down to the bottom to activity completion, and this is just a habit that I'm in with my Moodle design. I go to show activity as complete when conditions are met, and then I click on this require view. Students must view this activity to complete it. And I'm just in the habit of that so that when I'm looking at what the learners are doing on their Moodle pages, I can see what they've clicked on, what they've actually looked at. And in this case, by using this setting, I can actually get an indication whether the learners have actually clicked on that link and watched that content. Once I've done that, I just press save and return to course, and that will take us back to our main page here, and you can see that the video link is up there now. Alright, so if I turn off editing, what we will now have is the name of the unit, which we did in the previous section, and we've got a link that will, if the learners click on that, it will actually make a pop-up box there, and it will take them to the video in question. Okay, so that's nice and easy. So now we need to move on to the next stage in our topic block composition, and that will be the actual assignment. Okay, now that we've actually got our video input content here, and this could have been a reading file or a video or whatever it is you want the learners to actually read or watch or learn from. Now I actually want to create access to this worksheet in Microsoft Word, which applies the video and asks them to go through and answer a variety of questions about it. So how do I upload that? Well, the process is almost exactly the same as what we did for the video. We turn our editing on, and we go down to the topic block that we are dealing with, which is number 3. You can see we've already got the video there. We're going to go to the same spot, add a resource, and in this case we're not going to choose URL, we are going to choose file, because this is a work file, and it could be PDF or it could be Microsoft Word, it could be whatever file you like. In our case it's going to be Microsoft Word, so I'm going to click on File as a resource that we're going to add, and the process is slightly different here to what we did with the video, but again it's the same up here. The instruction should be there: download and complete portable circular saw assignment. Okay, and this is the name of the file, but it's also explaining and describing for the learners what it is we want them to do with that file. And I'm just going to write here, file to be downloaded and completed. Again, that's not going to pop up, so it's not as important as the name element. Now for the content itself, we need to go and click on Add. We need to choose a file. I'm going to click on the Microsoft Word version. I'm going to upload this file, and you can see that it's popped up there. Okay, and again for options, I'm going to leave this one on automatic. That tends to work for me in Moodle. I could put it in a pop-up, but for now I'm just going to leave it on automatic, and it should open as a separate file. Then I just go down to the bottom and I do exactly what I did for video. I'm going to go click on completion tracking, show activity as complete when conditions are met, and click here, student must view this activity to complete it. And that's just an indication for me when I look at the students' pages whether they've actually clicked on that link and downloaded that file. So I save and return to course, and what you will find is that that Microsoft Word file has now appeared underneath our video file. Now what I'm going to do is, so that there's no to limit the amount of confusion between these two files, I'm just going to click on this arrow button which will move it right, and that just shows that this one comes first, which is the video, and then here's the file that you download and complete. Okay, and that just helps to show a sequence of activities. If I turn the editing off now, what you'll see is we now have the topic title, we have the video that will pop up in a pop-up screen, and we have a file that when you click on it will ask the learners to either open or save it to their computer, and then they can watch the video and complete their worksheet. Okay, so we've got our unit topic, we've got our input material, which is the video tutorial, and we've got a file for the learners to complete. Now, once they've completed that file, what are they going to do with it? You do have a few options there. One is that they print it out and give it to you. Another might be that they, send it to you by email. But if you would like to keep it all in Moodle and use the gradebook and all that sort of thing, what we really need to do is create an assignment out of this that they upload into Moodle, which is a great way of keeping all your files in one place and being able to find it by learner and by task. So what I'm going to do is go and turn the editing on again, and what I'm going to do is create an assignment. Now, this is not a resource, okay, this is an activity. These two things that we put in here were resources, where we added a resource, but now we're going to actually add an activity in the form of an assignment to be uploaded. So I'm going to click on that menu there. Now, there are a lot of different options here, and the one I really want is upload a single file. You can do other options with multiple files, but the simple one is just to upload a single file there. So I click on that, and it's going to take us into an editing screen. Now, the assignment name, just as per the video resource and the downloadable file resource, it's good to be descriptive, to include an action that you want your learners to do. In this case, I'm going to write upload portable circular saw assignment, like that. For the description, now this, in the resource sections, it didn't really matter what you wrote in description, but here it does, because the learners will see a description here, and this is where you'll need to put in some instructions in terms of what exactly it is you want the learners to do. So I'm going to write, once you have completed the portable circular saw assignment, upload it here so that the teacher can check and grade it for you. Okay, and this is something that the learners will see, so I'm going to make that a little bit bigger and a bit bolder, like that. Okay, now you do have some options here, and because it's an assignment you can set dates. I'm not going to use them because it doesn't really matter to me when the learners actually submit this, but if you have a date that you want the assignment available from, you can put that in, and if there is a due date, in order to set it as an assignment that is dependent on a certain time, you can also set the date there, and you can prevent people submitting it late. Now, grading, there's lots of different options for grading. You could leave it at 100 and mark it out on a percentage. For now, I'm just going to choose the 5 stars option. It really depends on what it is you would like to use as your scale. That's a bit more complicated. If as a default, probably 5 stars is probably one of the easier ones. Grade category. Now, if you have a grade book set up, you can actually set a category. We don't have that in this course yet, so we'll just leave it uncategorized. Allow resubmitting, yes. Just in case they didn't do a good job of it, we should allow them to resubmit it. Yes, as teacher, I want to get an email alert once they've uploaded this. 10 megabytes is the maximum size. I'm fine with that. They shouldn't need any more than that. I'm going to ignore the rest of these except for activity completion, and that is I'm going to show again, just as I did for the other options, that the activity is complete when the conditions are met. They must view the activity to complete it, and they need to get a grade from me before it will indicate a tick and show that it's been done. I then click on Save and Return to Course, and what you'll find is now we have an assignment button there, you can see, and I'm going to move that over again so that it's in this sequence, this spiraling sequence down, to show the order that we have the video input, we have the file, and then we have the assignment that is uploadable or uploaded. Okay, so if I click off editing there, you'll see that we now have those 3 aspects all there. Now, just in terms of the assignment upload, which we've done here for topic 3 here, in terms of setting something for the learners to upload, which we can then check and grade, you may be asking yourself a couple of questions. One is, how do the learners actually upload their assignment? Well, in order to see how that works, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch my role to student, so that I see the course page the way the students will see it. I'm going to go down, I'm going to click on this upload option, and what it will do is take us to a screen that's got those instructions that I plugged in. You know, once you've completed that assignment, upload it here so that we can check and grade it for you. They click on this upload a file option, and then they go and click on choose a file. They click on choose file here, and then they can choose the file that they saved into their documents or onto their computer. They can click on that and open it, and then they can upload this file by clicking here, and then they'll have the option to click on save changes, and that will indicate that the file has been uploaded and it has been saved in Moodle. So that's what the students will see when they click on that upload an assignment option. Now, in terms of checking it, I'll just click back to my role as a teacher, because obviously what teachers see and what the learners see can be different. So if we want to check the assignments that have been uploaded, if we're in teacher mode, not student mode, we can also just click on that assignment, and it will indicate what has been submitted. Now, the instructions pop up there. There's no upload option because in teacher mode we're not going to upload the assignment, but up here you see it says no attempts have been made on this assignment. That means no one's uploaded anything yet, but if something has been uploaded, you'll see a notification here saying one assignment submitted. When you click on that, in teacher mode, you'll actually see the student name, the date and time that something was submitted. You'll see the actual file, which will allow you to click and open and check that file that the students uploaded, and then you'll have a quick grading option or a more involved grading option. I've shown how to do that in a separate video, but for now that's what you need to do to go and find the assignments that have been submitted, and that is make sure that you're in teacher mode and that you just click on that actual assignment. It'll show you if anything's been submitted, and then by clicking on that you'll be able to see the actual submissions and grade them. So that's how the learners will be able to click on that and upload their assignment, and also how you'll be able to click on that and check what's been submitted and then grade it. Okay, so what we have now for topic block 3 here with the tool skills using the portable circular saw is some input in the form of video, the file that can be downloaded and completed, the worksheet, and then the upload option that can then all be stored and checked and graded inside Moodle. So what we have is a very functional basic topic block here with things to access, things to do, things to submit, things that can be graded within the system. And that's fine if you go through your course like that and just do it like that. It becomes a very good central gathering point for all your resources and your worksheets and your grading procedures. So what I'm actually going to do now though is actually dress this up slightly so that we've got a picture there and some different text that just describes what's going on here a little bit in a little bit more detail and to make it a little bit more catching to the eye. So in order to do that, I'm going to turn editing on again, and I'm then going to go down to topic 3. I'm going to click on this spanner here, the one that is immediately below the heading there, not these ones down here, the big one. I'm going to click on that big spanner there, and we've already been into this section before where we actually made our section name, and you may recall I said that we can come in and do this stuff later. Well, later's now. What I'm going to do is just click in that box, and I'm going to click on the table option there. I'm going to stick with 2 columns and 1 row. I'm going to insert that little table. The cursor will automatically appear in the left hand box, which is what I want. I'm going to click on this picture option, and then I'm going to upload an image by choosing a file, and and I've already prepared one. You need to prepare these images in advance, obviously. I've created an icon, a small icon. I'm going to upload that file, and I'm going to insert it, and you'll see that that little picture appears in the left hand box in that table. Now what I'm going to do here in the box next to it, just by clicking in that box that's next to it, it's hard to see when it's all thin like that, but if you come up close, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to type in a description here, and I'm going to write, watch Brett demonstrate how to use the portable circular saw and demonstrate and show that you have understood all the important tips and skills involved. And that's like a description of what it is we're going to do in this topic block. Now I'm going to highlight that because that's pretty small text the way it is there, and I'm going to choose the heading format. Okay, now that looks really big there, but it won't look that big when it appears on the Moodle page itself, so don't worry. I'm going to change the color to green, which is in with, sort of matching with our theme here, and then I'm just going to press Save Changes. Now what you'll notice happens is when it returns us to our page is that we have this description and a picture. Now if I turn the editing off to get rid of all that clutter, what you'll see is now that that topic block has a nice little icon. That's the portable circular saw. It's got a description there, and then it's got our actual activities, our resources, and our assignments there lined up underneath it. Now if I just tag that one unit, what you can see is it's reasonably attractive. It's easy for the learners to go to the section with the portable circular saw because there's a little icon there, and it's very easy to access these resources. One other little thing I can do here, I could leave it just like that, that would be fine, but one thing I like to do is actually line up these resources and activities so that they line up with that descriptive text, and all I'm doing is hitting that arrow to move everything across a little bit, and then I turn editing off, and what you'll just see now is that the picture is sort of over there in its own column. We've got our descriptive text, and then we've got our resources. So that is a basic topic block with a video resource, with a downloadable work file, and with an assignment option that looks reasonably attractive and easy to reference. So I hope that's been helpful. This is Jason from GTech, and good luck with your Moodling.